afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Stock Market Today. Ali Quorum and Ken Shreve here with a breakdown of the action in today's session, where it was a very strong day, so a great step in the right direction, Ken.
Yeah, absolutely. So many stocks moving powerfully. We'll take a look at Silicon Motion Technology, SIMO, a flash company, and then two stocks that flashed buy signals. Alphabet, a popular FANG stock, and also oil and gas producer based in Denver, Civitas Resources.
Okay, well, first let's check in on the major indexes. So here's a look at the Nasdaq Composite for the day. And this chart is slightly delayed here. The Nasdaq finishing the day with a gain of about 3%, so a bit of power coming back into the close here today. Ken, we also had the S&P 500 up about 2.1%, same for the Russell 2000, and the Dow up 1.4%. So there's no question there was a shift in the tone in the market today.
Yeah, no doubt about it. After a kind of a mild distribution phase for the Nasdaq that saw it, kind of come down below its 50-day moving average, and today was a day for technology stocks. A lot of the technology stocks that have been beaten down mercilessly below key support levels. A lot of them rallied back. Software stocks, chip stocks, which have been actually acting pretty well for a while, were some of the best performers today in the Nasdaq 100.
So with the Nasdaq coming down and closing below its 50-day line, testing support at that round number of 15,000, we're back above the 21-day line today. So that is very positive there for the Nasdaq. And taking a look at the S&P 500, similar, though it didn't come as far below its 50-day line as the Nasdaq, but clearing what looks like a trend line for the S&P here, Ken.
Yeah, exactly. So this was, similar to the Nasdaq, very bullish move. We're still very early in the rally attempts for both the Nasdaq and the S&P 500. Sometimes you get a sharp pullback, a quick precipitous drop. Then you get some buyers coming in. Sometimes it's short covering. So we like to wait a little while into a rally attempt before we feel good about a new uptrend. So we're still early in the rally attempt for both the S&P 500 and Nasdaq, but very bullish showings for each index for sure.
Yeah, the Dow is a little further along in its rally attempt. So getting back above its 50-day line today, and now coming back above this gap down that we saw for the Dow on the 26th.
Yeah, Apple, another big gainer in the Dow Jones today. Nice price target hike from Morgan Stanley all the way up to 200. You can see the stock is, trading, Apple's trading around, I don't know, 140, 150, something like that, but a nice price target hike from Morgan Stanley to 200, and you see Apple closed right around 171 today.
So yeah, strong day for Apple. And of course, we got to check in on growth stocks. You talked about the strength in technology, software. The IBD 50 is made up of more than just those areas, but no doubt a day of strength for growth, outpacing the major indexes. So FFTY, the ETF that tracks the IBD 50 list of leading growth stocks, up 4.4% today, but it's got a lot of ground to make up over the last couple of weeks of some pretty heavy damage.
Yeah, I mean, one of the reasons we put the market in a correction was because of the broad-based weakness in a lot of stock market leading growth stocks, and no doubt FFTY from peak to trough was a 17.5% pullback. So there was definitely a bear market in a lot of leading growth stocks. Nice rebound today for the FFTY, up 4%, at least 4%, and I know at one point there were more than half of the names in this index of leading growth stocks that were up 4% or more. So a lot of big gainers here today as well.
Now, before we take a look at those three strong stocks that you wanted to take a look at, Ken, just a question about the overall environment right now, because like you said, it's still very early in this rally attempt, but we are seeing buying opportunities out there, a couple of which we will go over, which kind of reminds me a little bit, not saying that this is going to play out the exact same way, of what we saw in early October. In the couple of days leading up to the October 14th follow-through day, we started seeing more setups develop and actionable opportunities present themselves even before the follow-through day. So how should investors be wrapping their minds around the prospect of actionable stocks, but still waiting for that confirmation a little bit more that we are indeed further along in this rally.
Yeah, I mean they are tough to find in the technology sector, no doubt about it. We'll take a look at Alphabet in a little bit. Apple is extended. Facebook is still technically challenged. I mean, there's a lot of damage done in the technology sector, but as we've been discussing on IBD Live, the home builders continue to be a nice pocket of strength. Some of the trucking stocks, real estate investment trusts that tend to pay good dividends. Some of these stocks are breaking out of bases, so there is some strength. It's just that our bailiwick of buying emerging leaders in the early stages of a price run. It's these stocks that have been under some pressure. But we're starting to some stocks they moved powerfully today, and some couldn't even get back to their 50-day moving averages. Some were able to, like a data dog. So pay attention to stocks that were able to move above their 50-day lines today when you're running through your screens, and that's a good place to start, because that's definitely a technical positive when a stock can reclaim the 50-day line after a pullback.
All right. Well, now let's take a look at Silicon Motion Tech, SIMO, breaking out today, a gain of about 16%, some heavy volume behind the move as well. And not only today did we see some buyers coming into the name, but increasingly over the past couple of sessions, seen some nice volume coming into this stock.
Yeah, definitely tracked in the data storage firm. Some would argue that this is a chip stock because they do make integrated circuits. But yeah, I mean, you can see several above average volume price gains recently. Very powerful breakout today. It hasn't been an environment conducive to making money in technical breakouts. Some have worked, plenty of others haven't. But Silicon just showed strong buying demand all day today. Closed up near its session high, and clearly a stock under accumulation. I like having watch lists of stocks like this that gap up. There was no news that I could see that fueled SIMO's move today, but anytime a stock gaps up powerfully like Silicon Motion did, and is clearly showing signs of accumulation, some of these stocks are so strong that they're just going to start to move sideways from here and trade tightly, and that can give you another entry. So powerful breakout today. We'll see if it shows strength and support, and holds on to the bulk of this week's gains.
Okay, and you mentioned Google parent Alphabet, so let's go there, Ken. We're seeing an upside reversal this week at the 10-week line. Shares up about 3.7% so far for the week. So flipping on over here to the daily, a nice break of a downtrend for Google.
Yeah, and it looks like volume actually rose a little bit from Monday, still below average, but pretty decent volume today. This is just a classic breakout over a little mini trend line, supporting action at the 50-day moving average, and it also reclaimed that prior buy point there, 29, 25, 17. So if you felt like you wanted to put money to work today, the stock was definitely actionable. Obviously, a liquid institutional quality name. So Alphabet, great performance today.
Yeah, a long-term leader, and our IBD stock of the day today. So you can check
Yep.
out that article for more details. And now let's look at Civitas, CIVI, an oil and gas name, coming back above its 50-day line after a pullback over the last couple of weeks. And what's nice here, Ken, is this was a very orderly pullback.
Yes, it was, and I really liked the volume in the stock yesterday when it jumped back above its 50-day moving average, and it rallied again today on a really strong day for oil and gas stocks. I think some of the fastest growth in the sector is in this, exploration and production group, these oil and gas producers, and you can see pretty good estimates for CIVI annual earnings estimates, and got 2 straight quarters of triple-digit revenue growth. So we switch over to the weekly chart here, and this is really just a nice-looking weekly chart. You had a breakout from a cup base, and then, like you said, a kind of orderly pullback, gave up the 10-week line just a little bit, and then on pace for a nice gain this week, and back above the 10-week moving average. So seeing a lot of oil and gas producers finding support at the 10-week moving average, and we actually added a new name in this group to leaderboard today. So.
All right. Thank you so much, Ken. And thank you all for tuning in. We're going to pop on over to our leaderboard scorecard webinar. That's our monthly get together that we have for subscribers and trialists of leaderboard. So looking forward to chatting with everyone there in about 15 minutes or so from now. And yeah, we'll be talking about performance for November, our up to the minute strategies, and what's ahead for the remainder of the year. So looking forward to getting even more insights from you, Ken, during the scorecard webinar. So we'll see everyone there.
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks so much. Bye, everyone.